Over the last few years, we've all heard about how tough it has been in the medical field. Unless you live under a rock, you've likely heard the phrase healthcare hero countless of times. It seems like every other commercial in 2020 was using it. Americans were finding so many ways to thank our nurses for being on the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic. For instance, Chipotle gave out free burritos and Crocs gave away pairs of their shoes to nurses. While companies got creative with how they showed their appreciation, it might not seem impactful to say thank you as a patient. However, nurses do still enjoy the small efforts that patients make. You don't need to get extravagant with how you show your appreciation for your nursing care team. Something as simple as a thank you letter works. But why should you write these letters in the first place? Hi everyone, I'm Matt from eTactics, and today I'm going to share why you should write thank you letters to nurses. Before we get started though, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the button below. While you're down there, hit that alert bell icon next to it as well, so when we post new helpful content, you get notified. Like I said before, being in the medical field can be challenging, especially after nurses were on the front lines of the pandemic. This has caused low morale among staff on top of the burnout that they already faced. As of 2017, 70% of nurses reported feelings of burnout and half were considered leaving their industry altogether. A more recent study from 2021 found that 22% planned to leave their position within the year, and 60% of those nurses said that this was much more likely since the start of the pandemic. Now, all of this is on top of the healthcare worker shortage that we're already experiencing. Over half of all registered nurses are 50 years or older and approaching retirement. Studies as early as 2009 predicted a shortage of 300,000 to over 1 million by 2020 to 2025. Even if the shortage was on the lower end, it would still be 3 times larger than any U.S. nursing shortage from the previous 50 years. The pandemic only sped up this shortage, with states across the country losing thousands of nurses since the beginning of it. This isn't even considering that the U.S. already needs more nurses due to the increasing aging population. During a time when we need healthcare workers the most, there is a nursing crisis. This just leads to more burnout, causing even more nurses to want to leave the field. After hearing all these statistics about the lack of healthcare workers, you might be wondering how this relates to thank you letters. Well, what if you had a job that was extremely short-staffed with a massive increase in customers? During a time when almost everywhere seems short-staffed, there's a chance that some of you can relate to that. Wouldn't it be nice for someone to say thank you for showing up or putting in your hard work? It's important to do everything possible to boost nursing morale so that even more don't leave the field. As the shortage grows but patient volume increases, there's a bigger problem for those who need care. There could be longer wait times, or practices will turn away patients if they can't keep up with the volume. So taking the time to show appreciation to nurses lets them know that the work that they're doing is making a huge difference. These healthcare workers have expressed how meaningful thank you letters are to them. Receiving gratitude helps improve overall job satisfaction, self-efficacy, and job performance. These letters also remind nurses why they chose to join the field in the first place. Some have even said that they keep these notes to look back on when the job gets tough because it reminds them of the impact that they have. Because of this, they're more likely to stick to the field because they know they're having a positive effect on others. If you'd like to learn more about writing thank you letters to nurses, reach out to eTactics. And you already made this far into the video, so you might as well like it, share it, and comment below. Well, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to our YouTube channel.